Alright, so I'm going to do a little row composting. So here's a before. So the key for me to do this is I leave at least enough room between my rows for one pass of the tiller. But generally, every time we cut grass, if we don't use the grass for actual mulching, then we'll put in these rows. So the secret, if there is one, to doing this, green composting, is you want to till everything into the dirt while it's still moist. Don't let it dry out on the surface. Just get it mixed in. Let the enzymes start working and breaking it down. And then if you till anything up that may have some seed heads on it, then you just want to make another run in about a week and then another run, and you've pretty much killed anything that's going to be sprouting. And that is nothing but food for your garden soil. So when we till in the fall, then everything gets mixed together and we just start the cycle over again. And it works well for me. Get good results out of this garden. And it started with good soil to begin with, but even if you don't have the best soil, if you amend it like this and do it, faithfully, then you're going to be a lot happier with your garden. So I just wanted to show you how I row compost. We used to do the drums and it just got too cumbersome and too much of a pain, so we just started doing the sheet composting, and I think everything benefits. Got this little back part of the garden raked level, and we sowed grass yesterday and then covered it with a bale of compressed straw, and a little bit goes a long way. In fact, we didn't even use half of it. Kim went over and mulched the asparagus bed with some of it, and then the rest is in the shop, and I plan to use that here on this area. Decided I'm going to keep this one central section reserved for pepper plants. They do well back here. And then the only other thing we're going to have growing here, vegetable wise, are some beans. So I'm going to sow all this in grass. Now this, when we moved here, this was a waste pile. There was a big pile of gravel right in the center and just some other things. We've been slowly raking it out of here. And I'm going to go over this with a finer tooth rake and get these surface stones out. And then we're going to be sowing a lot of this in grass and just leaving the area by the bean trellis, just one tiller swath wide. And then right here where we'll be growing our peppers. But the rest I want to plant in grass and get all at rake level and just bring the lawn back. And you can see I've been raking all these little mounds that you see in the end. This is all debris that I've raked out of there, and it's basically just stones, and we're letting the rain hit it and wash the soil back down. But then we're going to pack all this up, and there's some low spots along the fence. I'm going to be dumping the small rubble just to let it pack down. But the beans are up for the most part. There's still a few that need to get their heads above the soil. And some beans, like this one, I didn't plant one that far away. What that is a volunteer bean coming up from last year. So we're going to get a few of those, like this one. This is a volunteer bean plant. So, because I put 3 at the base of each post. So you can expect that. These are heirloom beans, and they do reseed if you let them. So we've got several coming along this row. So we're going to get ready and continue this wooden fence to cap the end here and get rid of that old debris, or at least the site of it that the neighbor who bought this property tore that old rusty building down. So I have some fence repair to do right there. Got to straighten that post and bust that old wood out of it so I can pull that post straight, and then fix that corner post again where the line post is right there. Get that top rail fixed back in and get that plumbed back up, and then we're going to finish this fence And I'm going to put a small tool shed right here for my rakes and all my garden implements. And then this area right here in front of the fence, I'm going to plant all in purple cone flowers. But I'm going to plant them this fall, so they will come out and actually flower this next year. So that's pretty much it of a garden update. I'll probably post another one, in a month, something like that, so you can see what's happening. But we love our little yard, and little it is, but we try to make the most out of it. So, all right, guys, happy gardening to you. It's Memorial Day, so take time and remember, and we'll see you after a while.